When the relentless Los Angeles wildfires reduced Michael Carter's home to ashes, he thought he had lost everything. But one unexpected phone call from his boss, Elon Musk, set off a chain of events that not only restored his life, but left the world in tears. Michael Carter had always prided himself on his resilience. He had grown up in a modest neighborhood, one where hard work and perseverance were the keys to success. It was in this very community that he met his wife, Emma, and later, they had their daughter, Lily. For Michael, family meant everything. It was the driving force behind his every action, his every decision. When he landed a job at Tesla, working as an assembly technician, he knew it was a pivotal moment in his life. Tesla represented not just a paycheck, but a way to make a difference in the world, a chance to work for something bigger than himself. It was a place that aligned with his values: sustainability, innovation, and progress. He poured his heart and soul into his work. Emma supported him, their lives steadily improving as they built a future together, brick by brick. But everything changed in the blink of an eye. The wildfires had started weeks earlier, miles away from Michael's home, and they had slowly but surely crept toward the city. The news coverage was constant, with reporters urging caution, showing maps of the approaching flames, and detailing the widespread devastation in surrounding areas. Michael watched with concern, but he never expected that the fires would reach them. It had been years since a fire had hit this close to home. One evening, after dinner, Michael's phone buzzed. It was a warning from the local authorities. "Evacuate immediately. Wildfires are approaching." He glanced at Emma, who was already packing a bag for Lily. The urgency of the message hit them both. And in that moment, time seemed to stand still. It wasn't just a house they were leaving behind. It was everything they had worked for. Michael grabbed a few essentials, but it felt like nothing mattered in the face of the raging flames. By the time they made it to the evacuation center, the fire was nearly at their doorstep. The night sky was a terrifying shade of red, the air thick with smoke and ash. They watched from a distance as their neighborhood was consumed by flames, their home, their memories, everything reduced to a burning inferno. Michael couldn't breathe. He had nothing left, and yet he had everything to lose. Days later, after the firefighters had finally contained the fire, the Carter family returned. Michael stood at the edge of what used to be their street. What was once a tight-knit neighborhood filled with families now looked like a war zone. Houses were reduced to rubble, cars to burnt husks. They had lost everything. As Michael wandered through the ashes of their former home, he could hardly recognize anything. He stooped to pick up something from the wreckage, a singed photograph, barely intact. It was a picture of Lily as a baby, smiling up at the camera with wide, innocent eyes. It was the only piece of their former life left. But even that felt hollow. The fire had taken more than just their home. It had taken their sense of security, their sense of peace. Michael knew they would have to rebuild, but in that moment, the weight of it all was crushing. In the days that followed, Michael and his family were in survival mode. They found temporary shelter, but the pain of their loss lingered. Emma had always been the more optimistic of the two, but even she couldn't hide the depth of their grief. The family's future felt uncertain, and Michael felt powerless. Despite the devastation, he continued going to work at Tesla. It was hard. His mind wasn't fully there, and his heart ached every time he walked through the factory. But work was the only thing that offered a small sense of normalcy. It was during one of those days that Michael's story began to spread. Maria, one of his co-workers, had heard about what happened to Michael and was deeply moved by his strength. She had seen the way he always put others first, always gave his best to his job, even during the darkest moments. Maria sent an email to Tesla's leadership describing Michael's character and the hardship his family had just endured. The email landed on Elon Musk's desk. Musk, as the CEO of one of the world's most influential companies, had his hands full, but something about Michael's story caught his attention. Elon was a man of action, someone who believed in the power of innovation and the strength of the human spirit. That evening, he sat in his office, staring at the email. Without hesitation, Musk picked up the phone and dialed the number for Tesla's headquarters. The call came when Michael was sitting in a small shelter, trying to figure out the next steps for his family. The phone rang, and the number on the screen was unfamiliar. He answered with a sense of weariness, unsure of who it might be. "Hello?" Michael's voice was hoarse. "Hi, Michael. This is Elon Musk." For a second, Michael thought he was hearing things. He paused, his mind racing. "I'm sorry. Who did you say you were?" "Elon Musk from Tesla," came the calm reply. The world seemed to pause. He was talking to Elon Musk, the man he'd worked for, the man whose vision had inspired him from the moment he walked into Tesla. His breath caught in his throat. "Oh, Mr. Musk. Yes, of course. I heard about what happened to your home," Musk continued, his voice steady but filled with genuine concern. "I want to help. Your story moved me deeply. I'm sorry for everything you've lost, but I think we can do something to make sure you don't have to face this alone. I'd like to meet with you and discuss how we can help." Michael was speechless. It was one thing to read about billionaires donating millions to causes, but this was personal. This was his family. The man who had changed the world with electric cars and space exploration was reaching out to him. "Thank you, Mr. Musk," Michael finally managed to say. "I don't know what to say." "You don't have to say anything," Musk replied. "I'll be in touch." A week later, Michael and his family were invited to Tesla's headquarters in Palo Alto. They were greeted warmly by Tesla's team and escorted to a private event where Musk himself was waiting. Michael felt a mixture of gratitude and disbelief as he saw the small crowd of employees and media gathered, all seemingly buzzing with excitement. Elon Musk stepped forward, his usual calm demeanor giving way to a more personal tone as he greeted Michael and his family. "Michael, I'm so sorry for what you've been through," Musk began. "I've heard about your resilience, your work ethic, and the love you have for your family. I want to help you rebuild, not just your home, but your life." Musk's eyes met Michael's, and for the first time since the fire, Michael felt a glimmer of hope. And then Musk revealed the incredible gesture that would change everything. A new home. Tesla would fund and build a state-of-the-art sustainable house for Michael's family. It would be fully powered by solar energy, equipped with Tesla batteries, and designed to withstand future disasters. A Tesla Model Y. As a token of support, Michael's family would receive a brand new Tesla Model Y, free of charge. The announcement was met with thunderous applause, but Michael, Emma, and Lily were speechless. Emma wiped tears from her eyes, and Lily hugged Musk tightly. The moment felt surreal, too good to be true. But it wasn't. The story of Michael's unexpected relief spread quickly across the world. News outlets and social media captured the moment, and people everywhere began to discuss not just the devastation caused by the fires, but the power of kindness and corporate responsibility. Musk's gesture was more than just charity. It was an embodiment of empathy in a world often too focused on profit. The Carters moved into their new home a few months later, but the impact of that moment lasted far beyond the walls of their new house. Michael became an advocate for sustainable living and wildfire prevention, working with Tesla and local organizations to raise awareness. As for Elon Musk, he reflected on the moment with quiet humility. "The world's challenges can seem overwhelming," he said in an interview, "but sometimes all it takes is one person, one company, One gesture to make a difference. And for Michael Carter, that one gesture didn't just rebuild his house, it rebuilt his hope for the future.